Hello friends and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you for joining me today. We are pulling out our Cotton Cuts Flyway. The clue came out the first Friday of the month. I missed the email somehow, but I knew it would have to come through today. We will be making these two units today. I haven't even taken my fabric out of my box yet. This is our clue 6. So 4, 5. So I have to get down here under in the paper. These are all of my completed blocks right here. I have to find my clue 7. It's a little bitty package here. So we've got clue 7 here. I did get my mystery clues also. Guys, I really wanted to work those, but I have not gotten those done. I just haven't worked on them. Oh, I have to have this. I can't do this without that at all. This is my colorway. I am colorway Rose Finch. And these are my fabrics. So what I will do is take all of my fabrics. I will lay them out by the alphabet, which is right here on the back. So when I go sewing it, I know what piece is what. So we have several of our A pieces. We have a big square, a little square, and then a triangle. So what I'm going to do is lay all of my A's up at the top. We have some of our B fabrics. Mine is a peachy cream color with wheat. Our C fabrics is a mauve color with some flowers. And our D fabric, it's a white background with flowers. So guys, how are y'all doing today? It is Saturday morning. This is our Saturday morning sew along. This is what's taking place of our Saturday morning sew along. So let's see, we're going to take A's and C's. We're taking 4 of those. And we are going to make half square triangles. Now what I have found on half square triangles with cotton cuts, if you sew it at that 1/4 of an inch exact, they're perfect. I do see where the instructions tell you the size they should measure at, and I have my little ruler here, so I will measure mine off camera just to verify. So we have A and C, and we have 4 of each. Yes. I have to talk to myself, guys, just because this is, I've had a very eventful week, and it just has kept my mind boggled. Now, I am noticing that my A and C fabrics are not cut exact. One, I have this one here, some of the A fabric overhangs, and this one here. Let's go on and line up them side edges. We're not going to line up that diagonal. We're going to line up the sides. I had to move my machine, so my lever was a little loose. It made a little noise there. But you guys can probably see behind me is my land that I love. Isn't it amazing? It's done. I absolutely could not believe it when Miss Ava had messaged me on Wednesday and told me that my quilt was ready. I was floored because I dropped it off with her on Friday, a week, not even a full week before that. And here it was, she already had it finished. I don't know if in the summertime it's not a lot of long arming going on. But if y'all need some long arming done, guys, check and see if she does that. Now, I'm going to tell you, no matter who you send it to, if you ship a quilt anywhere, put an ear tag in it somewhere. That way, when you ship it, you can trace it. Because I've heard too many horror stories about people sending quilts places and it not making it where it's supposed to make it because they lost the package. But if you got an ear tag, you know right exactly where that package is. I wouldn't dare ship a quilt anywhere without an ear tag in it. I wouldn't ship anything that was of value without an ear tag in it. Now once we complete our 4 half square triangles, we are going to add the small square to the left side of these two. Now this is the Cotton Cuts Flyway. This is the Spring 2025. I did not sign up for the Fall 2025 Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I've had this fear that I'd miss something on these Puzzle Mystery Quilts, but I've come to the realization that even though they are beautiful quilts, they're not really my style of quilt. Now, I will say, I absolutely love getting the package with all the fabrics pre-cut and all that. But, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a quilt that's not really your style. It just doesn't matter. So, this is what our pieces look like. And now what we'll do is we are putting this A piece. We only need 4. So I'm taking 4 of them out. We are hoping it's going to be a beautiful Saturday. My husband heads back to work today. I know he's not looking forward to it. He was just telling me last night that normally he acclimates to the heat pretty well. Because he does work in a facility. It's almost like a warehouse shop. He's a instrumentation technician. But he said this year has been different. He has not acclimated to the heat this year. That the heat's been tough on him this year. So I personally think it's because we're all getting older and we just can't handle it as much. But luckily, he did get the yard mowed. A pretty good amount of it mowed anyway. He was telling me it was a dust bowl out there, and I believe it. And guys, I do want to I've gotten a few things in the mail. I did not go do my mail pickup yesterday like I normally do, so I will go do that today. And because, you know, on Sundays, what I kind of do right now on Sundays, I do a wrap-up and my shopping hauls. I've got some great things to show y'all. My husband got something for me, and I've got some things for me. But at some point this weekend, I hope to be... Oh, no, I was only supposed to do 2 of those. I did 4 of those. Ooh, no. Okay, so that's me getting ahead of myself. So I'm going to go on and rip out the 2 that I wasn't supposed to do. It looks like they go a different direction. But I made 4 of these, so I have to use the other 2 for something else. See, guys? I get ahead of myself all the time. But that's okay. We're going to just take it apart. That's why I tell myself all the time, I need to read that number, how many they tell you to do, because I am so bad about getting ahead of myself, like I just did here. I'm going to press these back flat, but I only do 2 of them like this. So let's see what I need to do in my next step. I make some more half square triangles, and let me see how many of those. I'll make 4 of those as well. And this is the AC unit. It may be called something else. I'm calling it the AC unit. So we have the AC. Okay, I see what it is. It just goes the opposite direction. So we're just going to hold these over here to the side, and I'm going to go by step, how it says here. So now we have an A and a D, and we do 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got 4 of these. So we're doing half square triangles again, guys. I'm following it step by step so I don't miss anything. And like if I have to correct something, I'll just correct it and then catch it up in the next step that it's supposed to be done in. Ooh, guys, I am getting famished. I'm getting thirsty. I have a very big weekend planned already. Of course, I over anticipate what I can do and end up with a whole lot of stuff not done on my list. One weekend, I'm just going to put on there, rest. Do nothing for the weekend. That'll never happen. I saw a thing, I'm guessing it was on Facebook or a reel or something. It says, do you remember like the 80s kids growing up, you weren't allowed to go play until like your chores were done? And it says now as adults, we don't know how to relax because there's always something that needs to be done. And I started thinking about that. We don't know how to relax. We have to do something all the time. And I feel it. I feel that. And then I think, I did my kids like that too. I wouldn't allow them to do things until they had chores done. And doing anything during the week, that wasn't going to happen. You had your chores, you had your homework, you had those things to do. We didn't play around during the week. But then when they got old enough and was in activities in school, we were never home. So much for that. My kids were always involved in some kind of sports, dance, church program, something. Okay, now we have these 4 done. I'm going to trim them apart and press them, and then we will make 2 more like the first 2 or 4 that I made, except for there'll only be 2 of them. And I'll be right back. Now we have our, I think, A and D. This is our A and D unit. So we have our AC and our AD. So our A and D unit, we are going to put the A. So I'm going to take the ones I already have sitting over here. We're going to put it on the D side. So let me find the side that was already stitched on. Guys, I'm sorry, my eyes are itching today. I don't know if it's because it's so dry right now. So dry. But on my list of stuff I have to do this weekend, now I am recording this for you guys early Saturday morning. went out and had dinner with my husband and my sister and brother-in-law last night, and heard from my little sister. While we were sitting and waiting for our food, she returned. I had called her and then messaged her because my little sister had COVID. And she had the one, they're saying this strand now, we have another outbreak here. They're saying this strand causes you to dehydrate. It's like a stomach bug. But also with that, we have the rotavirus. I mean, can it not get any worse? I mean, it's just like, we don't need this happening right now. And what happened was, she was a camp counselor, I think, or a chaperone at church camp for their children's group. And she was in one of the girl camps. And a little girl had come to camp. And like 2 days after they got there, the little girl started running fever. About 100 people got sick. So I had tried calling her and messaging her on Thursday, and I didn't get an answer, but she told me she went back to work yesterday on Friday, which would have only been a half day for her, which I mean, that's good. That way she didn't have to try to last like a full 8 hours, which her half days, I don't know how. I was wondering why that felt funny, because I had 2 of them. But her full day, work day, is normally anywhere 10 to 12 hours. Because she runs a paint crew for house painters. I mean, she's I don't know what it's called, like a crew. I don't know what it's called. I can't think. She goes and bids jobs and she paints. But she'll bid a job, but she said she still has the headache right now. So apparently this one has a headache too, which could probably be from the dehydration. If I'm guessing correctly, it's very likely it's from the dehydration. And in Louisiana heat, it's not hard to get dehydrated really fast. So Stephanie, if you're watching me, girl, I'm hoping you get better fast. Because, okay, which one do I need on top? A and C. So this is my top one, okay. I have put so many of these, like pinwheel looking blocks on the wrong side. I've sewed them on the wrong side so many times doing these. I can't even count them. Not even gonna try. It's just something, when I do a cotton cuts clue, I know, bring out the seam ripper, because I'm going to have to at least do it once, because I'm going to put something together wrong. And we've already seen that happen. I got ahead of myself, which is nothing new. Okay, so that is 2 of our units. And like I said, I'm taking it step by step. And I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. It normally takes me about an hour and a half to do one of the clues. So I need to see, we're pressing up. Okay, one moment. So this is 2 of our pieces done. So now we're taking, this is I'm guessing the A and C. No. Wait, that's B. No. I did A and B and not A and C. Oh my goodness. Guys. This is awful. This is awful. Yeah, I'm taking them apart. So this is what happened. How did I not realize that? Why did I do? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So that means I have to take these apart too. Guys, this is how real it gets here with me. I'm going to show you what I did. I was supposed to be doing A and C, not A and B. I did it wrong. And even after I sat there and took that one apart, how in the world? Well, I'm going to go ahead and get these picked apart, and I will bring you right back once I get them apart and get it straightened out, okay? Okay, friends, so here we go again. We are going to try to get this done right. We are 43 minutes in, and my goodness, and I only go an hour and 20 minutes, so I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I may have to stop the video and then start recording again. But we are doing 4 A and D's. 4. What I'm going to do is get this caught up, and then I'll just show you. I'm not going to show you all the sewing. Y'all already seen all this sewing once, but what I'll do is I'll show you the end result of each one, because now I have to double time it to try to not exceed my record time, and that is the goal, is to not exceed my record time. But I will show you the end result. So the next thing you will see is all of these pressed out for you and what they look like. Okay, now we are caught up to where we were, so let's get the rest done. So now we have a C and A in our C, and we're making 2 of these. So I'm still running on a fast-paced time crunch now, because I am at 51 minutes. I am at 51 minutes, so that technically gives me about 30 minutes before YouTube finds issues with uploading. And that's what I'm trying to do, trying to get this done in an hour and a half so we don't have any upload issues, because y'all were to get this at 9 this morning. And I'm gonna make it happen. I don't want any issues. I don't want any issues with the uploading. So we're just doing this real quick. So now we have a D. This is D and a C. And how many are we making of these? 2. And we're making half square triangles of these as well. I'm probably not going to be talking as much, guys, because I'm trying to get this done now that I done messed it up royally and had to redo the first half of it. Being these are the only 2 I had to make, I'm going to go on and trim them and press them. We are pressing these to the D, which is the white fabric with the flowers. Okay, so now we have our A and D. So this is our A and D. Those sit this way, and then our D and C that sit this way. Oh, that looks pretty. Just going to slide those out of the way while I put these 2 together, making sure everything is even and matching up over here. And then I'm going to come down here and make sure this is matching up. Since we're only making 2, I'm making sure, yes, 2. I'm checking that number, checking it twice, because I definitely don't want to be pulling anything else apart. So guys, you know, this is how it goes. Some days you just have to keep ripping it before you can get it right. And that's what I'm having to do. So let's see how we're doing it towards the D D and C side. So this is the D and C side. That's the side we're pressing towards. So now we have that row, and we connect these to the A and C's. Okay, I'm wondering, does that look right? That don't look right to me. Maybe I have it the wrong direction. I do. Okay. I got to slow down just a little bit because I'm making too many mistakes here. I thought I was slow before, but my goodness, I've never had to undo half of a clue. That was just absolutely ridiculous. That I messed it up that bad. Okay, so are we making 2 of these? Yes, we are. We are making 2 of these. Now, I don't know how well together that's going to come, but it's done. So, guys, we just hit that 1 hour mark. I got to speed it up. So, we're going to press to the top side. Well, I got the first one here done. So, now what I have to do, I got to get my pattern up here where I can see it. We are taking our big A and we're making 2 of these. We're going to turn it like a diamond, and we are going to put a B on the top right. Okay, so since I'm doing this, I have found it easiest if I fold the fabric in half and press it. That way, when I put that triangle on here, I can line it up, line that point up, and line the edges up. And once I'll know if I need to move it over any. That may be a weird way to do it for some people, but for me, that is what works. And considering I've just sewn this B strip probably 3 times. This will be the 3rd, if not the 4th. Okay, and we're doing 2 of those, so I will press this one as well. We're putting the B on the top right, top right, and I think a D on the bottom left. I'm just doing this pressing that real quick so we can, it's easier if I have this side of it to me. And we're not going to press until we get that D put on there. So this is our D. I'm making sure because I don't want to be taking anything else apart, guys. I really do not. I can't believe I had to do that. But it's not uncommon for me with the cotton cuts having to undo something. You know, seam rip something, but that one was a bit extreme this time. I've never had to do that much. Okay, so this is it for our D pieces. So we have our C's, and I'm pretty certain we're going to press all of these outwards. So I have these done. I went on and pressed the next thing in, so turn it the right way. So now we're going to do another B at the top left corner. So I'm going to turn it upside down again so I can line it up at the edge here. And I'm just lining everything up on that 1/4 of an inch on the machine. So now we will put a C on the other side. And we only have 2 of these left. So all I have to do is center up that peak and line up that edge on the bottom. Put it at that 1/4 of an inch, and my goodness, that is not wanting to go. We're going to do it the same thing to the last piece. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, I'm looking at the time, guys. It looks like we're about an hour and 10 minutes in. I'm going to go on and press these, and then we're going to make our blocks. Okay, so here we go. And guys, folding that in half is the easiest way I have found to do the square in a square kind of block. So let's see what we're working with here. We have an AC, a D, and then we have our BB top. And I'm just going to put that up here. We're making 2 of these. I'm checking that. Yep, that looks like that is centered. So I am going to put a pin right in that seam there. So technically we have 10 minutes to get this done. Because we're about, like I said, about an hour and 10 minutes in here. And I don't like going over an hour and 20. Because that just gives me a little bit more time. So, a C, a D, and then the BBs on the top. So what I'm doing here, once again, I'm checking that center. I will pin that center there, because this is making our 2 units. I will press them last. So now I have to flip this over. We want the arrow to be pointing outward. And I know I seem like I'm doing this a little hurriedly. I am. But that will be okay. My goodness, that don't want to go. Uh-oh. That was a big bulk of seams right there. So I'll have to pay attention to that when I go over it with this one here. What I'm doing is just making sure this top peak and that center seam are even, that they're matching up. Got to get this to lay down, and this is probably what was not wanting to go through before. Okay, guys, here we go. Let's press. Okay, friends, we are done with clue number 7, even though we had to give it a go number 2, maybe a 3 but this is our unit for clue 7 of the Cotton Cuts Flyway Mystery Quilt. We are at an hour and 16 minutes, but that's only because I had to start over technically. But give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.